don't know that you got distracted.
In crypto, speed matters, but trust matters more. At Caleb & Brown, you're never on your own. We connect you with your own personal broker and a 24/7 team, ready to help you buy, sell, or swap over 250 digital assets with one flat, transparent fee. No spreads, no slippage, no hidden costs. Get the best market prices through deep, aggregated liquidity executed by our professional trading desk. Your funds are secured with institutional-grade cold storage for total peace of mind. Track every move in real time with our intuitive client portal, anywhere, anytime. Whether you're trading as an individual, trust, or business, we give you speed, security, and peace of mind. Thousands of clients in over 100 countries already trust Caleb & Brown. Visit calebandbrown.com and start your personalized crypto journey today.
This is supposed to be for entertainment purposes only. Thank you for coming on in and blessing us with your presence. Welcome in, guys, to another episode of Blockchain Brew Show. We are your hosts today, guys. I was on a streak, man. No Trinator. I almost said I was the host, but that doesn't make any sense because now we got both of us here. Guys, if you are so happy to see Trent today, smash that like button if you haven't. Also, Trent lost track of time because he's like in Ohio time, not California time. That's why he didn't realize that 1 minute lapse on the first video. So you got a double dosage of us. Also, he drove like 30 some odd hours back. So give him props for that. Guys, smash that golden like button if you like seeing us here every single day at the same time every day. We also have the subscribe button. And your ring-a-ding-ding. You can find us over there on YouTube and over there at Kick and Rumble. We grow natural. If you guys didn't notice, I don't have my XRP hat. I went over to grab it, and I think one of my kids took it. So, I'm just gonna roll without it today until I can find it. And on that note, I do have a hydrated drink today. There's a Legion Space Dust. It is one of my superbial favorites because it has the most absentine hop that is left on your lips every time you drink. It says the bold, mischievously drinkable IPA balance the hop sweetness of candy, grapefruit, mango, pine, and a medium body of dry finish, guys. I mean, everybody loves mango pine trees. So if you haven't had a mango pine tree before, I suggest you do cross-pollinating with a mango and a pine tree and see what you get. I'll get a little ASMR pop in here. Fancy. Trent has a new hat, guys. MN stands for Mission.
Well, actually, so look, the Cardano hat is still my hat for the show, by the way. I just it's sitting in the truck and I had this on. A friend of mine had this made. It's the logo of my other channel that I do with my wife and our friends, and it's called Millhouse Prayer Room. So there's the M and the H, and Molly made that logo herself. But
that's nice.
Yeah.
Trent,
yeah. So
can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Honest answer on the stream.
Yes.
We were having a poll every day besides yesterday. If you were having a monster that day when you were gone,
Oh, bro, on that drive, yeah, dude, I was smashing those things on the road.
Oh
Like, I
man,
really have tried to cut back on them ever since,
it made you feel bad.
several months back when I was doing some morning streaming, and you were like, "Dude, that stuff's terrible for you." I really did try to cut back on them, but man, on a long drive, like, yeah, I was just sucking those things back. No pun intended. Uh, not that I don't roll that way, but I was sucking those things back. Um, Also, guys, I am like I'm here and I'm glad to be here on the show with you guys. But forgive me if I'm not talking at my normal pace or cadence. I'm kind of like got something going on in my chest, like it's like an allergy induced asthma going on, so I'm wheezing a lot, and like, you know, anytime I'm in a house at all, it's worse in my own house, and I think that's because of the cat. But a couple weeks ago,
We should
I
shave your cat. New Year's. You know my beard trimmer, Trent? I cut my husky with it. We had to put bee poison on her, and her fur is so thick. I was like, dude, I got an idea. I took it like right there, right? It was between the shoulder blades, and she has like a little white spot. Like, oh, that's so much easier. I took the bee poison, like, and squirted right there in that one spot. We're like, perfect. Usually Sarah has to like spread her fluff out for me, and we didn't have to spread the fluff out.
yeah. But yeah, I was doing a couple weeks ago. I was doing some dishes. My wife made some stuff with pistachios in it. I have a tree
Ooh,
nut. I have a tree nut
spicy.
allergy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had the hot water on there, and the hot water was like blasting the pistachios and kind of like vaporizing the contents and throwing it back in my face. And then I think it just triggered like a little bit of a sensitivity. I don't know. I'll get over it. It'll go away. But today's especially bad. But here I am. I am glad to be back here on stream with you guys. So
Me too,
there you
Trent.
go.
I'm excited to have you back. In all aspects.
Yes.
Going on stage, guys. What do we have on stage? This is an interesting thing shared by the Martini guy. Former PayPal president David Marcus just said live on Bloomberg that Bitcoin is headed to 1.3 million soon. It's still not priced in. Okay, well, we're gonna watch what he says, because my own thoughts on the process is this guy must have smoked a lot of weed before he went on TV. So here we go.
I still feel Bitcoin is severely undervalued, especially if you compare it to gold. Like if Bitcoin was worth as much as gold, it would be $1.3 million a Bitcoin. And I think it's just a matter of time. And I also feel like the utility phase of Bitcoin as a neutral settlement network and asset for all of the payments in the world hasn't been priced in at all. So I think it's just still so incredibly early for the asset. And
Okay, so I take it back for what I originally said, because it said Martini guy says former PayPal president Marcus just said live on Bloomberg that Bitcoin is headed to 1.3 million soon. That's not exactly what he said. He said incredibly early still. So I think Martini guy may have stretched that out.
Yeah.
I would say maybe we could talk about 1.3 million, and I would say in 10 years. Trent's more bullish. He's thinking 2030. If Trent's right, I will eat my XRP hat and then Trent's Cardano hat. And by then, guys, Trent's Cardano hat's going to have a lot of flavor.
Although I hate to be the guy that changes my position on a bet.
You're just updating it. That's all you're doing.
Yeah, but the more I think about that call, I'm like, yeah, it is. I can also see the big institutions and the United States like wanting to spend the rest of this decade accumulating and suppressing before they really send it to 1 million, yeah, when Bitcoin is 1.3 million, average house price will be 5 million. Yeah, I don't know. I do think though. I will say that I don't think that Bitcoin is just simply going to track with the inflation of the housing market. I think that, the price, the cost of a house, the cost of living, right? The cost of expenses is going to continue to go down against Satoshis and go up against the dollar. So I will say I get what you're saying. Two double A, two, but
He didn't say price per house. He said mill house, Trent.
So I will say that I don't think that Bitcoin is just simply going to track with is just going to go up with an inflation induced rise, right? Like it is going to outpace by a long shot, in my opinion, the housing market and the cost of living and the price of a house will go down against Satoshis. But yeah,
Interesting, Trent. What do you think about silver passing Nvidia briefly? Was it yesterday or today? Yes, last night to today. Silver overtakes Nvidia to become the second largest asset in the world in market cap.
Speaking of silver, here's my silver can.
Hey, did you bring any beers from Ohio?
It's actually aluminum. No.
Do they have beers in Ohio?
Oh, they have beers in Ohio.
They like Miller Lights and Corona.
Yeah. Look, there's some good things. Don't get me wrong. There's some okay things. It's just that when you're guys, Southern California is one of the best places in the world for craft beer.
Next to Washington.
And so guys, I don't know, when I'm used to that, like I go to Ohio and I don't buy a hazy IPA anywhere. I gravitate toward lighter styles, lagers, pilsners, something that's just going to be crisp and do the job without me having to compare it in my mind to this, because it's not this. So why don't I just enjoy a lighter style and not try to make it be something that it's not? Yeah.
I make things not all the time. Calvin, welcome in, Mr. Calvin.
What is up?
Anybody in the
you need a network that's fast, fair, secure. This is very, very important. But you even more need one that is well governed.
Pulling you in.
You have got to be able to trust the governance. And there is a natural tendency for projects to end up saying, oh, everybody can help run our project. And it ends up being a handful of people, and you don't know who they are. And they're sort of self-appointed, and it's a few people in smoke-filled rooms making the decisions. It's a few developers or a few pool owners or some mining or some staking pool owners or hashing pool owners. And you end up with a few people with unlimited control over the system. You don't know who they are or how they're making their decisions. This is not the way to do it. This isn't how ICANN and INIA, the ones you were just talking about, work with the DNS. This is not how you run something that everyone on the planet is going to depend on. What you need is transparent governance. You need to make sure that there are truly independent entities that are governing it, and you know who they are, and they have a reputation that they care about, and you see the minutes of their meetings, and you know what's going on. And so what is it that the world really needs? They need something that is fast, fair, and secure. Absolutely, this is what they need. But they also need something that is well governed so that they can trust it. This is the key to providing the Web3 world that really started this year and is just continuing to grow in the future.
Hedera, guys. H Barbarians out there. We are champions.
Yes, sir.
Trent, guess what?
What is that?
I have something cool to show you. So, Trent, since you've been gone, I've learned a new tool that I like to cover in Springlass. Token Unlock Overview. So it's one of the first ones in market, and I just like to skim over to see. I don't need to go too far in advance, but I would like to see that, the next week, and see if there's anything in there that I need to pay attention to, you know? So you recognize any of these, Trent? You like Hippo and Node, Sling, Zora? You know, we have a lot of people in here who are big Zora fans. 3.7% of the equivalent market cap, which is equivalent to $6.66 million, will be unlocked the 30th, Trent, which is in tomorrow.
Hey, don't fade H bar too hard, do not you? I'm with you. Like I don't have plans to start picking it up either. But
I'm just gonna send it to Trent.
It is a great project.
So here's
H bar. H bar is like it has a seat in the middle of like, you know, national crypto policy, and you know, it got its ETF. Like, hey, some big players really like them some H bar. So, you know, I'm not gonna fade it, but hey, you can only buy so many things, right? And
yeah, it's funny how H bar is catching up to Cardano in a market cap. Oh, Cardano's catching up to it by going down. So here's a good one, Trent. So Sui is having an unlock of 1.5% with let's say $80 million the day after or the day before Christmas, New Year's Eve, which will give about 20% left still to unlock.
Yeah.
Another interesting one, and that was it. That was it, Trent. So Sui and Zora.
Crypto is macro bearish, these unlocks matter.
And then I like to cover, the next thing I like to cover is the Bitcoin ETF, see what's happening in crypto. So Fidelity had a very small inflow. Arkham had a small outflow, so did BTCO. We actually had massive outflows from BlackRock and Fidelity with 170 million right there. So, okay, well, we're negative, very small amount, negative 11 million for our Bitcoin. Let's check out the Ethereum one. The Ethereum, we go to dollars. It had a small intake by Fidelity, which is funny because they had a small outflow. They really sold their Bitcoin, bought Ethereum. Which I always wonder, why would you do that? Why would you sell your Bitcoin and add to your Ethereum bag? Like, what's the reasoning behind it? So yeah. Ethereum had a good inflow. Let's go to Solana. Solana had just less than Bitcoin. They had, or Ethereum. They had 2.9 million inflow. Fidelity also bought. They sold the Bitcoin and bought some Solana, and they bought some Ethereum. VanEck just purchased some Solana, very small amount. They like to do the 400K amounts. And my personal favorite is the XRP. Why is the XRP? Because it's that much better than Cardano. Wow, this is the first outflow Cardano XRP's had, Trent, for anything. And Canary outflowed 1.1 million. Franklin Templeton bought 3 million. Bitwise bought 5.18. And Grayscale accumulated 1.43, which is, by the way, we should probably hit up Mr. W and see how he's doing, how his holidays have been.
Yeah, for sure.
That was the first outflow, though, Trent, of the entire thing. XRP is coming in strong at $1.03 billion inflow, which, believe it or not, Trent, that's pretty significant because if you go to Solana, Solana's total inflow is only 97 million. So it's literally like almost a 10x bigger inflow than Solana. How do you feel about that?
XRP inflow is 10 times bigger than Solana. I mean, I think that that's appropriate. I think that it should be that much bigger than Solana. I think that, don't get me wrong, Solana is going to have its place. It's going to continue to have its place. But there's nothing... Falling knives, time to buy, yeah. There's nothing that great about Solana to make it deserve XRP's level of institutional inflow, right? There's just not. When you think about it, the Solana's best use case is a slosh fund, a slosh trading fund for meme coins. It's just, that's Solana's best use case at the end of the day, and that's not a stable industry center use case for the future. So,
well, it's interesting too, Trent, because I'm looking at Ethereum. Ethereum's only taken in 12.3 billion total in influence, but their ETF has been out for a year and a half, and XRP's only been out for like what, 4 months maybe.
right.
So I think that is pretty interesting data because, hey, XRP tends to pass Ethereum in other cycles, so that's telling me that there's more to buy. I think of Sol as a meme that goes offline because it breaks, or they manipulate it. You're probably not wrong there, buddy.
Yeah, I agree.
You're probably right.
I agree with you, man. Like it's just, you can tell there's something not right about it. Like, and I'm not saying this to throw shade or anything like that.
Please throw shade.
I really am just being honest about how I feel. Like, I don't have proof either. Like, I heard someone else who is gonna remain unnamed right now, but we might be talking to him on the show pretty soon here. But I've heard someone say that they've seen proof, a larger.
I'll just say his name, Crow.
Yeah.
Crypto Crow.
There you go.
He's got proof.
Yeah, I've heard him say that he has seen evidence of this. Have I personally seen it? No. So I can't say that I have. But the word on the street from him.
If you saw it, would you talk or would you show it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
No questions asked, no hiding.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would.
Grow your coins, your coins. Oh.
Yeah, but the word on the street from him was that he has seen the evidence that Solana, or someone, some entity involved with Solana governance has a long history of paying for negative commentary on Cardano and paying for negative, mainly Cardano, to be honest. I think that there's people in the Solana community that feel as if, it is as if they can shift the sentiment, the retail sentiment on Cardano and try to make it so bad that it can never recover from it. That's
genius
Solana,
marketing.
Yeah, that Solana
is anti-genius marketing.
Right. That Solana is going to be the beneficiary of those people moving over. And I just, again, I haven't seen evidence of it, but it feels like it's true. You know what I mean? And look, I get that feel like it's true is not a good measure. It's not a good objective measure of reality. Okay. But I think that Crow is a straightforward guy. I think if he says that he's seen evidence of something, I trust it. I don't trust it enough to say it without a disclaimer, and tell you guys, hey, I haven't seen it myself, but it makes sense. It feels like it's true. Who doesn't hate Cardano is the scholar of the all crypto, the best dressed and educated crypto in the room. Exactly, but I do think that somewhere.
Well, you stood Calvin's comment, and he took me off the screen.
Sounds like retail felt priced out this cycle with institutional buying. Well, I don't know if retail felt priced out. I actually think, here's my theory on that. Retail tends to buy the greed, and the greed just simply never came in on altcoins, right? Retail tends to buy a one-way ticket on the greed train, and the market makers were not ready to send altcoins on the greed train before it was time, right? Because the market makers were planning on a Q4 retracement. Again, guys, here are the facts. How do we know that the market makers were planning on a Q4 retracement? We suffer from very short-term memory in this space. We do. Not just this space, but all of life, right? How many of us go about our lives like, COVID never happened? And here's my point. Yeah, here's my point about COVID. Like, guys, we forget that just a few short years ago, we were being asked to take a vaccine or lose our jobs. And
I fell into that group.
Right. And the thing about it is that if we forget, if we just let things go on and forget that something like that ever happened, what are we telling them? We're telling them that they can do it again and they can do it bigger and better the next time because we just forget. We just move on without any kind of public, accountability, for what happened. And so, look, it's not just this space, but it's all of life. But we suffer from it here in crypto too, short-term memory. Like, guys, it was just a matter of weeks ago. Albeit 12, 13 weeks out, however long, but it was just a matter of weeks ago when the October 10th liquidation crisis happened and a whale put in a $300-something million leveraged short on Bitcoin 3 hours before Trump tweeted that he was going to put 100% tariffs on China. Those are the facts.
That's
Those
not
are
true.
the facts.
That's not true.
It didn't happen.
What?
What? A whale didn't put in
No, they know who it is.
a multi-hundred million.
They know who the whale is.
Who?
Hunter Biden.
No. I wasn't saying that Trump. I wasn't saying that someone involved with Trump did it. I was just
Hunter
saying.
Biden's not involved with Trump.
No, I know. I'm not saying that someone involved with Trump did it. I'm just saying that someone did it 3 hours before that tweet.
And you don't think that's coincidence, is what you're saying?
Well, I do not think it's coincidence, but does that mean, look, correlation is not causation, right? So do I think that Trump was directly, now I never knew the Joe Biden or the Hunter Biden thing. This is the first time I've heard that. And if that's the case, like, it still doesn't change what I'm saying because correlation is not
the case.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Okay. Yeah, but even if it was the case, it still wouldn't change what I'm saying because correlation is not causation. So someone, that would not necessarily directly mean that Trump intended for that information to get into Hunter Biden's hands. Anyways, that's not something that even happened.
What's so funny about between Joe Biden and Trump? They say them, both of them. They never seem to not amuse me by saying something that I would never say over an open microphone between both of them.
Yeah.
Like, I would never say that.
Right.
Like Joe Biden's like, I got the hairy legs. The kids used to come to the pool and pat down my hairy legs. And then Trump says some outrageous stuff too.
But the fact of the matter, though, Calvin, is that, a whale put in a multi-$100 million short 3 hours before Trump said that he was going to put 100% tariff on China. So the fact is the market makers have been planning on a Q4 retracement. So to your point, Calvin, it's not so much that retail felt priced out this cycle. I mean, retail had plenty of opportunities to buy some altcoins at some good prices this entire year. I don't think that retail felt priced out of Dogecoin all year. I don't think that retail felt priced out of, well, let's just say Render spent the vast majority of the year under $4. I mean, it spent the vast majority of the year, you know, in the $3 range, to be honest. And then now it's like, I haven't looked at Render in a little while, but man, a $2 Render, like when people know what Render is capable of, I don't think that it's as much a matter of retail feeling priced out this cycle as much as it is that most of retail only comes in for the greed train. And the greed train never departed this year. You know, it just didn't. The market makers were not ready for it to. It will still happen, though. Well, you say Render, it has no volume. That's fine. I mean, I don't know, like, what is no volume? It certainly
I mean,
has...
what's Akasha's volume?
Yeah.
Gosh, you know?
Yeah.
Let's take a look. I'll tell you right now, Trent.
It certainly has some volume. Like, you know, it's...
Akasha's volume is 3.25 million the last 24 hours. Render has 30 million. You telling me 30 million is no volume?
Right.
That's crazy, man. That's like beats most of the stuff out here. Look at the top 24. Here's the top 100 coins. $30 million in volume.
Yeah.
The Canaan Network's a top 23 project, whatever the heck this is. They have $4.6 billion. They're only doing 32 million volume. Here's Crow, Crypto.com. I'm the biggest Crow fan out here, and you're doing double what Crow's volume is. You know, you can't make that justification. Even Meme Core at 13.5, you're double, tripling that. OKX, you're double, tripling that. Even BitTensor is a way better project than Render, in my own opinion, and yet you're just behind BitTensor in volume.
Wait. He used Pepe as an example. So what's Pepe at right now?
Pepe is at 211 million.
Okay, so yeah, it's Pepe is still, you know, Pepe
is network.
Pepe is Pepe. Pepe has definitely garnered the benefit of retail volume.
Look at KuCoin's volume, 2.27 million.
Yeah, like.
Brett, did you see that? 2.2 million.
I know, that's wild.
Volume on the KuCoin.
Well, people are only going to trade it on KuCoin's platform, you know. But hey, look at Matic. Matic still has.
Look at Algorand.
But
32 mil.
You know, anyways, you know, Vision. Like, you can't just 30 million volume is not no volume. Like,
Vision's like, holy ouch.
So you can't just laugh emoji at Render, say it has no volume. You can. This is an uncensored platform here on the Blockchain Brew, unless your name is Daniel Kaufman. But but so you can say whatever you want, and we welcome it, because, you know, if you guys aren't in here saying stuff, then we're just talking to each other. So I welcome your opinions. I welcome your opinions, but the thing is,
what the hell is this?
The thing is, from a Pumpamentals perspective, people understand what Render is capable of, right? Like, I'm not claiming that it's had consistently top tier volume, right? But
you're
people understand what Render is capable of, and yet it's trading at $2. So my point is, it was just one example to point out that the market makers were not ready in 2025 for the saying who is Daniel. The market makers were not ready in 2025 for the greed train to leave the station. It will leave the station, though. It will. It will. It might not look like 2021 did. It might not look like everything going up. Some things might not go up. but
Probably most things
it will
won't.
happen. It will happen.
Daniel Kaufman's very sad right now, Trent. He's down 24% for the month. Guys, and also like what Trent said with Daniel Kaufman, it's you guys can say whatever the heck you want on the platform. We just ask that you do it with respect. Daniel Kaufman had a way of using foul language instead of words in most of his words. So it was just like one of those things like, dude, we've all been there, man. Been there and worse. And yeah. Dash.
What up, Dream Tanks? Good to have you
Trent.
in here.
I'm sharing this tab instead. We're over in the charts right now.
Got you.
Dude, look at this, dude. What do you see?
Can you collapse it a little bit?
Yeah. I was testing you. We got the monthly chart close in 1 day, Trent. And you know me, I've been bearish since September, since we had this red dot.
Yeah.
And one thing that I'm very nervous about right now is the 3-month time frame. And granted, there's not a whole lot of data to go off of, but sure as Schnikey Schnooks had 3 kids, that is bearish divergence we got coming on the 3-month. And I'm trying to show you that we also have double red dots, doji candle for a trend reversal coming into the charts. Now, I thought before I saw this, I thought we'd have like, you know, a good for Q1 of 2026, and then kind of, I thought we'd have a good 2026, almost year round. And this is telling me, hell to the hell no. It's saying we're bearish. I would guess at least 3 red candles, which is going to be 9 months in 2026. And then midterms come around, which is the traditional bottom of a bear market. And then we will start our projection move up. I'm thinking by next September, Bitcoin's going to be at 52,000, which you guys may laugh at me, but that's only 35,000 lower than where we're at. We were at 120,000 3 months ago. So we're down 40,000. That's less than that.
I'm not sure. Okay, look, can you take your cursor and go back no. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that next candle over to the left. What's the price range at the very top of that candle?
72.43. 72K, 43 low. 22,000 high with a low of 43,000. Almost $30,000 drop.
Yeah, I tend to think that the it's just tough.
But
Like,
the 21's a magnet, right?
well, yes, but that doesn't mean like. Look, the thing about that is that the 21 they can meet each other in the middle.
But look at the 50. Like, it wants to come to the 50. Traditionally, on the monthly, we come to the 50. We come to the 50.
Right.
We come to the 50. Like, it's saying 56,000. And the monthlies look nasty, dude. Strength, Stokes, RSI, are all coming down. Momentum coming down. Money flow coming down. VWAP coming down. Now,
Yeah, but by the time you get there, it can be over 60 is what I'm saying. Like, look, if you go back to the, I guess the drop did happen pretty fast last time when it broke under the 21.
This is a 2-week right here.
Yeah.
And it looks pretty similar to right here. This top, like leg. You got your leg. You know, boom, boom. We dropped up down to 50.
Right.
This came down to the 200, which does come down to 200 on the 2-week for the bottom. This is the weekly. Weekly, though, we did get some sign of some excitement, but I've been saying since you've been gone, Trent, this is what I would expect in the markets. I think we're gonna go like this. Where's my paint pen? We're gonna go like this. Mary had a little lamb that was eaten by the bad wolf. Boom, like something like that. And by this time, this 200 is going to come up like this.
Yeah.
This is 69,000. And that's a good case scenario. With a wick like this, a wick down and then immediately back up.
Yeah. I just think that
everyone is buying metals. You know why everyone's buying metals, DZ? Me and Trent were talking about this earlier. Sorry, Trent. I thought. You know why they're buying metals? It's because China was all like, F you, United States. We see what you're doing. And they're like, we're going to regulate the absolute snot of exporting metals out of China. It's not going to happen. That, and there was a ginormous bank that was liquidated today. And the U.S. government's like, we will not tell you who it was, but it does not start with Chase. But if it did start with Chase, it wasn't them because they would be bailed out. So we will see what happens. You know, I sold a lot of silver at $80. I expected a cool down. So to me, looking at silver, came down to $70. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. I mean, look at it though. It's pretty freaking high. It is pretty freaking high. We had the first little couple red candles, and we do got some. We have divergence. I don't know if we have divergence. We don't have divergence, but the money flow is still thick. It can still go. It can still rally. I still had a price target of 150 for silver next year, and I've been saying that since $40. Trevor will vouch for this.
Yeah.
So to me, it did not catch me by surprise. I had my pants fully on, and it was ready to rock and rumble. $80 is too cheap. I'm holding metals for generations. Absolutely. And you know, what's this chart? Trent, have you ever been down here? US. Here it is. I found it, Trent. I found what I was looking for. Trent, you ever been to this link? Been here? Why is it so zoomed in? How do I get this to go away? It needs to zoom out. I don't want the book. I want to exit out. No, I've downloaded the book 3 times.
But it's a free book.
Well, I don't want the book. I know what I'm looking at. And it's in my way. How do you get this out of the way? Close. Oh, woo! I did it. Okay, so we're looking at the U.S. debt clock, Trent. So it has U.S. national debt, U.S. total debt, but there's one that shows actual valuation of gold and silver. Real estate, minerals, precious metals, reserves. Where the hell is silver at?
And we'll look at Sol for you.
Trent, do you see silver? Savings per adult, household credit card, U.S. debt. Gold and silver is in here someplace. Gold supply. Why did I click this? What will that do? That made my, no, don't click that one. Okay. Where the hell is it at? It shows the actual, here's the bonds, 10-year, dollar supplies, so a lot of, here it is, silver ratio. So true value of silver, Trent, is $1,167 per ounce, I think. And gold's true value is $9,248. And paper to silver ratio. So if everybody cashed in this paper certificate, silver will be $356 to 1. Paper certificate, I believe, if I'm reading that right.
I don't know.
Paper to gold.
DZ, you saying that there's exchanges or
yeah,
selling at $5 over the spot.
Heck
price?
yeah, they are. Those cheapskates. And when you try to buy it, you have to pay $5, and then when you try to sell it, they try to undercut you $5.
Yeah.
The suckers. Trent, go over Bitcoin. You got this.
All right, got you.
Trent's gonna tell you exactly why Bitcoin's going to 0, guys.
Well, someone did ask for Sol, so I'm gonna do that for them real quick, and then.
Oh, dude, I love Ampex. That's where I buy a lot of my silver from. I also bought my 100-ounce bar. I bought from Pinehurst Silver Coins.
Okay.
They're a Christian company out of South Carolina.
On the Solana chart, I don't think I've looked at this. That looks ugly.
DZ's calling me out by my actual name. DZ, I will not respond to you unless you call me by my pseudonym. Yeah, I will never own a paper certificate. If you own a paper certificate, you're doing it wrong. So yes, I will always buy silver, physical and form, and I will pay that overpriced because you gotta know somebody to know somebody. Andre, what's up, man? Andre,
So-
I dementia trash. I'm a trash man, dude. So I get it.
Okay, so for Solana on the
Vision Pulse
daily
Fat
chart,
Boy, he's got it. Who's Tyler? Exactly. Tyler's a gentleman that we get into the chat every now and again.
there's
I'm gonna
no
put you on the
question-
screen, Trent.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
There's no question in my mind that Solana is going down to at least $95. Your legal name or street name? Yeah. So look, I mean,
Oh, yeah. What guy? What way?
so there's no question in my mind that it's going down to at least $95. The reason why, there's so many reasons. On Lux Algo on the daily chart, you have a strong sell signal for Solana. The trend catcher is red, right? So when the trend catcher matches the sell signal, that's a very powerful signal on Lux Algo. And so far, that has only led to an 8% drop. Historically, historically you can catch some of these. This one right here ends up playing out to 15%, 30.
Vision, you ever want to do a collab?
25%. So there's the average of these sell signals where the trend catcher is red and you have a strong sell signal. A lot of them turn out to be 20 to 30% drops at least, and right now we've only had 8% to the downside. But more than that, look, you have this trend line right here on the daily that Lux Algo drew for you, and this is a classic bearish retest of the downtrend, the descending line of resistance, right? And the last attempt at a retest, it actually attempted to retest the trend catcher, which I've observed that this acts sort of like the 21 moving average. So you had a long upper wick, right, to bearishly test both the trend catcher and this downtrending line of resistance. And failing that retest tells me that you're gonna break this low before you break this high.
What's the trend catcher, Trent?
The trend catcher is the red and green line that sort of cuts through the candles.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I can see it because I think it needs to be thicker.
Well,
Is it there? I just see red, I guess. Oh, I see it's slightly turning green.
yeah. Like, it's green back here, when it was moving up. See? So, it tells me, again, the bearish failed retest of both the trend catcher and that downtrending line of resistance tells me that we're going to break this low before we break this high. And that low right now is sitting at $118. And after you break that, there's really nothing keeping you from this this bullish reversal cloud down here, which begins at $100, and this first take profit level at 95. Not only that, the stochastic RSI has topped, and it is just now bearishly crossing on the daily. And then when you look at the Lux Algo oscillator, you can see the money flow wanting to take another big turn down. So, all of that in confluence tells me that next stop, about $95, I would think. Let's see. Dump is the name of the game. Sell it all, peeps. My orders will need filling. Vision Pulse said, I'm Anthony. I scam people on my live stream every day at 12 p.m. Well,
that's actually him, Trent. I've been trying to tell you that. Like, somebody said that's not him. Like, no, that is him.
I thought so. Hey, so let's do something together, man. Let's do some kind of collaboration, if you will. I don't mean. DG says it's not. Okay, maybe it's not him. I'm pretty sure it's not him because his actual channel is not Vision Pulsed Fat Boy. Right? Isn't it just Vision Pulsed? Oh, you're just messing with me.
It's okay, Trent. I know you're tired.
Well, regardless, Vision, we can still do
Easy. Ruins jokes.
We can still do a collab, and we'll make the thumbnail like we're actually interviewing the real guy. The real Vision Pulse is from the East Coast and is a Doge Maxi. Why would someone be a Doge Maxi?
Dude, you should look at Doge, Trent.
Okay.
When was the last time you looked at Doge? But
I don't
Trent,
know if I've ever looked at. No, I'm kidding.
Trent, throw me on the screen real quick.
Okay.
Guys, if you haven't already and you want to trade, check out our link for BitFi. No KYC, no VPN, and you save 20% with your trading link. Now, guys, if you're interested in learning to trade, be careful if you want to learn how to trade. But if you want to take that route, we offer an event bonus right now with BitFi. If you do $1 million in volume, you can get $129 in future rewards. If you do $5 million volume, you get $330, which is equivalent of a chair. You can do 20 million, 50 million, 100 million. Hit us up because we're going to hit our contact up and see if we can get you better than 20%, maybe a little bit more, but we don't know what we can do, but hit us up on X. So we'd like to try to do that for you. Now, if you do any of those three, you can get anywhere between $800, $2,500, or $10,000 in the trading volume. So if you do those high volumes, like I said, hit us up on X, we'll get you hooked up. And also, we'll have another event running for BTCC right now, and no KYC, no VPN, and you save 40% with our link for BTCC. Now, their bonus is a deposit bonus that they have running right now. So if you, deposit minimum of $500 up to $100,000, you can get $10,000 in bonus or $50 in bonus. And it's up to you guys. They're both great platforms if you want to learn how to trade, and use our link to help support the channel. And on that note, you should head on over to the Discord, because in the Discord, not only do you get those calls, Trent, you should head over there, because I wanted to pull something up on the chart because we were talking about Altcoin. Well, Trent is pulling up the Discord. He hasn't used the Discord, guys, in like 3.5 weeks, so he has to refresh all those new comments that we got going in there. Where the heck is Filecoin at? That bitch, Foo. Filecoin, guys, look at that, man. They called the long. It was a nice wick up. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Actually, I don't know if that was that day, to be honest with you. I was actually tweaking some of my settings before I came in here. Do it. That's how we do it.
That's interesting, DZ. Makes a lot of sense, though. If you watch his streams, he bitches every day 2 hours about the market and lives off donations. That's why he streams 2+ hours every day. Oh, dang. Okay. Maybe we don't actually want to collab with him. Maybe that's.
I don't know. I'll collab with anybody, to be honest with you. I think it'd be fun. I mean, even if he wanted to complain and moan, I would like to hear his perspective. I want to give everybody a platform to be able to talk, and maybe, just maybe, we can convince him on why he shouldn't complain and how to win from not complaining.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Maybe our guy in here, the fake vision, the better vision, the hydrated vision. Maybe he's saying, maybe he said the thing about scamming for a reason, because he feels like that's what the actual guy does. But I am like, dude, my eyes are like getting so heavy.
It's what you're saying is it's almost time to wrap it up.
No. I'm just like, it just, over the last like 90 seconds, it just hit me. Okay, let's see here. What is it? Oh, guys,
you look at the signals.
Our VIP signals in the Discord. You have to have a an account with BYDFi with our link and fund it with at least $100. But you get access to all these VIP signals. Filecoin, this is the one that you're talking about. Area entry, $1.20. Stop loss.
Just trade sideways right now.
Yeah. You know, they are, I'm going to be honest, these signals are biased towards longs. They are. But you do have some good shorts that come in, like, you know, this Zcash short. Earlier, for the last couple weeks, I mean, they've been hitting you. Oh, here's a squid. What's up with this? Did you ever look at this one for DZ? Let's see here. That was December 24th, Christmas Eve. You got yourself a Christmas Eve long on squid, DZ. I don't know how that played out, but there you go. So the thing about these is, even though they're biased towards longs, you know, it had some great shorts on Pippin the last few weeks, but and then you got a short on whatever this is. But even though it is biased towards longs, you've got to remember that these are aggregated from top ROI traders on the platform. So, you know, there's oh yeah, you had this short on Zcash. You know, a lot of these are scalped, though. And I know this is technically the swing signals channel, but, you know, but if you look at the closed trades, I mean, these people are scalping, you know, $124 to $128, throwing it on 5x leverage and taking the profit. So, you know, even though the market is overall bearish right now, it doesn't mean you can't catch these movements, and these signals are aggregated from top ROI traders on the platform. So there's something here for everybody. Like, there's obviously a segment of these traders out here that are making money longing right now, but you've got to take it when you're up, is the thing, especially right now. You know, and so if you're a conservative trader, well, you're going to see conservative trades on Bitcoin and ETH in here. If you like to trade meme coins on high leverage, well, there's going to be something for you as well. You know, because there really is something here for everybody. If you don't have the discipline of letting your stop loss and your take profit do the work, then these signals are a great place for you to start, because it gives you the entry zone several take profit levels and a stop loss. So there you go. That's what I'll say about that. There's one more coin I was going to look at. To help the guy make a lunch, a collab could mean a meal. Well, you know, I get it. There's no shade on that either. You know, people, as long as someone's not being vindictive to hurt and manipulate other people, I do get the concept that, hey, you gotta do what you're doing and fish for donations and fish for super chats and fish for, like, you know, that activity, because you've got bills to pay. I would rather that person go to work and do YouTube on the side, honestly. But I get the thing, you know, I get the fact that, like, it's an attention economy. And if he's out there grinding, I mean, a grind is a grind, and, you know, any kind of grind is respectable. As long as you don't clock in for your grind, knowing that you're going out there to hurt people or don't care what damage you leave in your wake. Like, if someone's getting on there to, and they know that they're there to be entertaining, and that's their grind, is to go on YouTube and, you know, talk shit about crypto in a good way or in a bad way, and be entertaining about it, then hey, like that's a grind. I get it. Filecoin. So let's see here. The VIP signal gave a long from $1.20. So let's see what I think about that. This is me being honest. If I don't like the signal, I'm going to tell you I don't like the signal. But let's see. And yeah, this is probably one of those times where I've got to say, I don't think I like the signal, but that's okay. I don't have to like it. It just is what it is. The point of those signals is that there's a real trader on the other side of the signal that's actually doing that trade. So, you know, on the daily, I mean, yeah, look, I don't like it because you're underneath a strong sell signal on Lux Algo with a red trend catcher, and $1.70 take profit is on the other side of this trend catcher, with stochastic RSI like flipping bearish right now. I don't like $1.70 as a level. I just don't. If we wanted to come down to smaller time frames and see what we could scalp, well, we come to the 4 hour, and, you know, the 4 hour does have the 4 hour has a strong buy signal with a green trend catcher. And, you know, so far this line of support has held, and as long as that holds, you know, and stochastic RSI is low, and the red money flow is thinning. It's starting to curve. It's starting to turn over a little bit.
Hey, Chet, we got somebody over on our Twitch account.
Oh, nice. Hey, what is up over there on Twitch? Thanks for hopping on in.
What's his name, Chet?
Slap my nuts with 3 S's. Yeah, so here's what I'll say. Okay, I don't mind the signal. Here's why I don't mind the signal. Stokes are low, and you can set a tight stop loss, right? Like the break of this uptrending line of support would be, cut off the trade, set your stop there, and you're much closer to that stop. 3% to the downside. You're much closer to that stop than you are to this take profit up here in 15%. So that's a 5-to-1 risk reward ratio. So, I actually short term, I don't mind the signal. I would just say that I would not wait until $1.70 to take profit. That's all I would say about the signal. So it should have been one of those signals that gave you like several take profit levels. Oh man, my charts weren't even up there. Dang it. It should have been one of those signals that gave you like several take profit levels, but instead it just gave you this one take profit. That's the flaw in this one. Other than that, I like it. Let me share this tab instead so I can at least show you what I was looking at for Filecoin. And yeah, I think that a basic premise was, you come down 3% to your stop loss as opposed to coming up potentially 15% to the take profit on the 4-hour, and Stokes are low. But the daily is bad though, so it's gonna be followed by, you would basically, if that 4-hour played out, you would basically be looking at a bearish test of the trend catcher and a further dump from there. So, I don't, at this phase in the market, I don't like to play that game. I'd rather just find a good short. So that's just my opinion. 2025 was a bear market in spite of the highs and lows. Looking forward to 2026, we'll see. Exactly. That is my thesis at this point, Calvin, is that 2025 was the bear market. And then, look, when I say the bear market, I'm being intentionally a little silly. I'm being intentionally provocative when I say that, because the whole point of saying that is precisely that there is no more traditional bear market, right? The point of saying that is that bull and bear markets have a new look to them, right? That's precisely the point in saying that. But to be provocative, look, 2025 was the bear market, and we're moving into an extended cycle, in my opinion. So there we go. Good time to wrap it up, you think?
Yeah, I think it's a good time.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to say thank you, Calvin, for showing up. Slap my nuts. Thank you for showing up. D Not You. Thank you for showing up. DZ. Thank you for showing up. Vision Pulse. Thank you for showing up. Dream Tanks TV. Thank you for showing up, man.
Slap your nuts. Don't slap my nuts.
Yeah. Andre, thank you for showing up. Scrolling. No Daniel Coffin today. D Not You. I should give you a shout out. D Not You. Thank you for showing up. Thank you, guys. 2AA2AA2. Thank you for showing up. It's always fun saying your name. Real Meta, thanks for showing up. Amelia, thanks for showing up, guys. We'll be back tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific Standard Time. Stay blessed. Brew Crew out.
Cheers.
Cheers. Most hydrated crypto community is back now. We have Trent. It is epic. Everything is insane. Let's get it.